Hello, it's your boy, Hanban. I'm makeupless, my skin is oily, it's 8:30 at night, I don't want to film this video, but my sister challenged me to make a video every week, and if I don't, there are consequences. Also, I'm LARPing this weekend, so I don't have time to do this any other day. This video is my letter to MSU Freshman. This could probably apply to a lot of college freshmen, but there's gonna be something specific to MSU. So my sister went to MSU. I currently go to MSU. I'm in my last semester. I've had I have gone to MSU for 4 years. This is the only college university I have gone to, and I think after my freshman year of college, I actually made a video called like College 101. There might be some similarities, but like who cares about that video? It's 3.5 years in the past, and now I'm filming this brand new video with horrible lighting on an iPhone, sitting in my room, trying to help someone. I don't know. Click off, click on. These are my tips and tricks for anyone starting as a freshman or going to Michigan State University. My first thing is, hey, we live in Michigan. You live in Michigan now if you didn't before. It's cold. It was 90 degrees today, but we live in Michigan and it gets so cold. My first advice is everyone buys like a laptop for college, right? If you live in Michigan or somewhere where it gets, you know, -10 degrees in the winter and your campus takes half an hour to walk across, and even if you take the bus, you're gonna be standing outside for a while. So get a coat. Get like a nice coat. Like if you can afford it, this coat is an investment. It will keep you from being sick. You'll be able to spend less money because you won't have to pay to Uber to parties. You won't have to, well, I guess you don't, the bus is free now. Woo! Thanks, MSU. Get a coat. Get a good coat. In the same vein, get some nice boots. There's snow. Snow is on the ground. Snow is everywhere. The ground is going to be wet. You're going to be walking. You're going to be running. You're going to be drunk outside, most likely. I walk to all of my classes. So you want a coat. You want a nice coat. You want some nice boots. And just if you have the money, if your family has the money, maybe ask for it for Christmas. I understand that not everyone can afford these things, but if you are going to MSU and you can afford some of these luxuries, it really is an investment you should be making. And the next thing, get a nice backpack. Do not carry all of your crap around in one of those janky ass JanSport backpacks. Your back is gonna hurt so bad. I'm very privileged to have a family and for me myself to be able to afford these things. If you really can't afford these things, like for real, get these. Especially to people not from this climate, people who aren't from Michigan, like they're like, oh, it's snowy, and like I've had people be like, yeah, this is the first time I'm experiencing snow. You have to walk around in it. Like it's not just like, oh, it's outside, it's nice, it's snowy. Like you gotta traverse campus. You're gonna be outside for a while. Please do yourself a favor. Invest in a coat, some boots, and a nice backpack. Those will make your life so much better, I promise. Bicycles. So, MSU is a beautiful, beautiful campus. It is huge. MSU is one of the largest campuses in the United States, but that is because we have a lot of farmland. We are a big agricultural college. Still, to get from one end of campus to the other end of campus of like where you'll have classes, where dorms are, the kind of like, I don't want to call it the urban part of campus, but like the place students usually are, unless you have like a very specific agricultural class in like the sheep district. I'm a fast walker and I can probably walk that in about half an hour. So you're probably going to want a bike, maybe a skateboard. TBH, I tried the whole penny board thing my freshman year, and whoo! In the summer, like the first couple weeks of school, I was so sweaty. Like I came to campus without a bike and I penny boarded everywhere because I was cool, and I was so sweaty in classes. Like, it was not worth it to me. If you want to do that, or you have like a longboard, which is something that exerts less energy, I don't really know. I've actually never ridden one, but I'm assuming like that's why people have them. You travel with them. Even once I got a bike, I still preferred to walk everywhere, because for me, especially as I became an upperclassman and some of my friends got cars as I got a car, we would go to class and like one of my friends would be like, hey, yo, like I drove here, and I'd be like, yeah, let me get in your car, please drive me home. People are cool like that. They will drive you home if you ask, especially if it's raining, it's burning hot, or freezing cold. People are pretty good about those things. And if you ride a bike to class, you are now responsible for that bike. If it's raining, you have to walk that thing home. I just prefer to walk everywhere. I think it's easier for me to travel. I can cut through buildings if it's cold or raining or hot or whatever. I can take the bus if I really decide to. You can attach your bike to the front of the bus, but it's still, I don't like being responsible for like another thing that is the size that I am. But if you ride your bike, I don't have a problem with people who ride their bikes. That is not what I'm trying to say. MSU is a very green campus. We have recycling things everywhere. Please use those. Those are awesome. Why aren't there recycling bins like next to trash cans everywhere? Imagine how much better the world would be if everyone just had recycling readily available. If you throw away recyclables on MSU's campus, I'm coming for you, because there is literally no reason to do that. The trash can is next to a recycling bin. In the same vein, MSU has a lot of bike lanes. And there are some exceptions to this. Please ride in the bike lanes, please. If you've walked anywhere on campus, especially in those hot spots when classes are just getting out and just beginning, like I think 10:20 is one of the hottest times. 10 to 10:20, the sidewalks, shoulder to shoulder. If you ride your bike on the sidewalk, you're gonna kill someone. It's people do it all the time, and there are some exceptions, like I said, and these are them. If you are going somewhere, so the bike lanes follow the traffic on that side of the road. So if you're going somewhere and say like you're going to the building and it's on the other side of the road, if you're on the sidewalk, it's like, okay, yeah, you're not gonna like ride the bike lane the wrong way. That's even more unsafe than riding it on the sidewalk. But if you are on the sidewalk, on your bike, and you almost run into me or whatever, or there are a million people on the sidewalk, which there often is because it's Michigan State University. Everyone walks everywhere, and there's literally hundreds of thousands of students walking around a class because there's no parking. If you are riding on the sidewalk and there is a perfectly fine bike lane literally next to you and you're just not in the bike lane, I'm going to kick you into the bike lane. I'm going to push you. Disclaimer, I'm not going to push you, but I'm going to side-eye you real hard. That little rant was not aimed at everyone. It was just it was just aimed at people I see every day who almost run into me or like ding their little dingy bells. So my next thing is there are people in classes, especially a lot of times freshmen, because this was not a thing that really mattered as much in high school, who brag about not checking their email. Please check your email. There's too many things that people send you at your @msu.edu email. There are assignments you will get that I promise professors will never mention in class. Your classes might get canceled. They might change to a different location. Please check your emails. It is for you. I don't want you to miss anything. Extra credit assignments, amazing opportunities have come to me through email. Please check your emails. Now, you are in the dorms because at MSU, your first year, you are always in the dorms. You're probably in South or East. If you're lucky, you're in Brody. Take advantage of that because the food at Brody is unlike any of the other cafeterias on campus, I promise you. You're in dorms. You have a roommate. Now, I was really lucky. I became really good friends with one of my roommates. I had 3 of them because I was in Acres and it's a quad and it's hell and you literally live in a hallway. Acres is bad. If you live in Acres, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for you. You can do it. You can survive, I promise. You have a roommate now. Please respect that person. Please be friendly with them. If you have not talked to them yet, do that. The second you talk to your roommate and you don't have to be best friends with them, but the second you are friendly with them and it's not just this awkward person who sleeps in the same room as you, your life changes. Like you have someone to depend on if you really need something. You have someone to go to the cafeteria with. You have someone to help you study. It's really important that you become friendly with your roommate. And also, if you're not, everything is awkward and sucks. Please, for the love of God, go anywhere else sometimes. If you stay in your room and never leave, and that person, every time they are in your dorm room, you are there, that's up. Not because you're not socializing and getting air and like kind of living your life, like everyone is different, but sometimes you need to go out on your own, explore campus. Please get out of there and let your roommate have some alone time. And it's not for like, oh, like, ha ha ha, what are they doing? But like, as someone who has in the past had a roommate who literally never left, I could never be alone. For an entire year of my life, I could not physically be alone. And when I was upset about something, I couldn't go home and cry. Like, I couldn't cry. There was nowhere to cry because someone was always in my room. And I was just like anxious because I also didn't really know this person very well. And I made some efforts to, and it was just a horrible experience. And I think made my freshman year worse. So please, respect your roommate enough to give them time alone, to maybe take a nap when you're not there, or just jam out to their own tunes. Like, please, as someone who has been in that situation, please, because when you're never alone, like, even though you're alone, speaking of which, my roommate just got home and he's probably gonna be like, why the f*** are you talking to yourself? I feel awkward. Hello? I don't know what to do now. This is kind of weird. I don't think he knows I make you do this. Was he just going to bed right now? He just set an alarm for 6 a.m. Is he going to sleep? Like right now? Oh, he's in the bathroom. Okay. MSU is a big university. And they have resources. You are paying a lot to be here. Probably. And if not, you worked your off to be here. No one wants you to fail in any aspect. No one. Everyone wants you to succeed. Like, that's why you're here, because you're good enough to be here, because people want you to learn. Freshman year, for like most people, if not all people, is absolutely horrific. And I don't want to scare you. I'm just saying, if you have a really hard time, that's a very, very common experience. If you don't, that's f***ing awesome, and I'm proud and I'm really glad that you're not having a horrible time. But speaking from experience, for myself, from other people I've watched, it's just a hard time because you're figuring out who you are for the very first time in your life. You can make your own decisions that will shape the rest of your life. And that's terrifying, and that's hard, and you're always worried about doing something wrong or failing classes or making the wrong friends or not doing something you want to do. It's hard. It's stressful. I had a horrible, horrible time my freshman year. Horrible. Absolutely horrific. I wanted to drop out of college. I wanted to kill myself. I almost walked in front of a train. Like, it was bad. And I've had run-ins with depression and anxiety before, but it was never this horrible. And I'm good now, I promise. I'm in a really, really good place right now. I'm very happy with who I am and what I've done. But I'm telling you this because if that happens to you, there's a lot of resources on campus to help you. I mean, that's how I got through it and literally survived it, is I went and I got help. There is a counseling center. If you ever feel horrible, it is free. Please go. Even if you're just curious about it and you think maybe you just need to talk to anyone, just go get help there. If that doesn't work, there is a psychiatry division in Olin, and you do have to pay for that, but it is there if you need it. If you can't pay for it, I'm sure there are opportunities. There are a lot of social workers that you can talk to if you really need to. And even if it's not mental health wise, if you're struggling in a class, there are resources for that as well. The Math Learning Center, I think that's what it's called, saved my butt freshman year. I highly recommend going to the Math Learning Center. Honestly, I recommend just doing your homework there. You just take your homework, you're in an environment where people are doing math. If you are confused at all about something, there's a million people there. Bit of an over-exaggeration. There's a lot of people there who can help you, who are literally being paid to help you. Like, just, if you don't go, you're either like a genius or you're probably failing your math class. There's also one for writing. It's a little different, obviously, because like English and writing and literature is very different. But if you write something, you can take it to, I don't know what it's called. Hopefully I'll put it right here. But if you write something like a portfolio, a paper, you can take it here and they will help you with it. Final thoughts, especially as a freshman, college, I know everyone, literally everyone has told you this already. It goes by so fast. I'm so scared to go into the real world. I'm freaking out. But I'm graduating. I'm really gonna miss a lot of college life. I'm really gonna miss being on campus. I'm gonna miss being in such close proximity with so many people of my age. I'm gonna miss the parties, like for real. The best part of MSU is fall football tailgates. Not gonna lie to you. And if you're underage, I'm not gonna lie to you. Get drunk with your friends before you get drunk at a party. Please, please, please. It is way safer. And I know it's not technically legal, but like realistically, if you're going to drink, please do not get drunk for the first time you've ever gotten drunk in your life at a giant rager. I guarantee you'll do things you regret, or someone might do something they should regret. You are a freshman. You have a million mistakes to make. Make them. Because if you don't make mistakes, if you don't try things and figure out who you are now, it's kind of your best chance. Now is the time to discover who you are, and that's terrifying. But you have 4 years. But I'm gonna go. It got kind of real. Please have an amazing day and an amazing year. If you have concerns, comment below. I will genuinely answer them from my experience. Talk to advisors. Talk to people, make friends, do not be afraid. Fear is what will stun you here. You will survive it, and you will love who you are when you come out of it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like. Okay, goodbye. Glaceon's here to help me not be stressed.